Ray, 2022. 2021's only just ended. We only just recorded our end of year episodes. Now we're talking about new music. This is how fast the world moves. Tell me if you... Well, start off with one, then I'll go with my next one. What is something you've been loving in 2022 so far? And in the comments, let us know what you've been loving so we can talk on those as well.
Yeah, it's just RJ Payne. That's all my life is now. He's fucking. Okay. He's just fucking ridiculous. There's some. So the. Beautiful...
I remember when I introduced you to him, and you were like, "Yeah, he's all right," but now you fully love him.
Yeah, he's just so reliable with like his rhyming patterns and rhyming schemes and everything. It's not like last word. It's like. You know what I hate about what a lot of Kendrick does and a lot of what the fucking... I don't think
I can talk to you about Kendrick because I don't know if you fully understand Kendrick.
Oh, I don't
understand.
Because you love Logic.
Because you love Logic. And I feel like it's hard. He never does that. He changed his flow so many times. Logic can only just be grasping at the coattails, but you love Logic. And that's why I don't think this is a different conversation. And Kendrick will probably drop in 2022. So we will have this conversation, I'm sure. Even if it doesn't drop, we should do it.
No,
we should just get it off your chest, Ray episode. Get it off we should just make these little pod series, a Patreon series. Get it off your chest, Ray. 15-minute voice notes from Ray.
I just hate him. His chest. I don't have hate in my life.
Top 5.
I don't have hate.
Behave. Now I know you're lying. But go on, RJ Payne. RJ Payne.
All right, well, I hate shit hip hop.
Yeah. Yo. Us here at the Crate 808 podcast have kicked off our Patreon. So if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform where you can go and for a small donation, you can help support us make more hip hop content for you. Go on to patreon.com/Crate808 and you can check out all the little payment options you've got there. You can check out the 2 new episodes you'll be getting every month, live chats with us guys, just to rap nerd out with you guys. We're going to go into some wide-ranging episodes, delving into the work of the Wu-Tang Clan, MF Doom, and Jay Dilla. So get it locked if you want that new granular look at hip-hop. So go to our payment tiers on Patreon. Big up yourselves. If you choose to support us, thank you so much. I will give you a personalised shout-out on the show, and we shall catch you in one of these live rooms, and let's get this community going. So spread the word. Much love for your time, and peace out. Boom.
Yeah.
But RJ Payne.
Nas has got this one line as well, hasn't he? That whole don't talk to me about me, Jay and Frank White is like Cole, Drizzy and Kenny. And Drizzy? Really? Come on.
You got to admit though, he's a fucking pop star rapper, isn't he? So that's what he's putting the allegiance to, is we were that big.
Ed Sheeran's got raps. His first fucking album, he has. He's a pop star.
I can confidently say Drake is a better.
He's a pop star rapper.
Drake is a better rapper than Ed Sheeran.
Is he?
Where are we? Right?
Is he though?
Yes, yeah, he is. He actually is though. Like he can rhyme better than Ed Sheeran. Definitely.
No.
I'm giving him that.
From day one, Drake was like, first name greatest, last name ever. No,
Come on.
You're a dickhead.
Come on.
You're a fucking dickhead. I don't think he even rhymed it. It's like, I just paid for Eminem to be on this track. Might as well be the rest of his verse. He might as well cut out his fucking verse and just
I can't believe
used it to introduce Eminem. That should have been it. I can't
believe you're harking back to Forever, which is like 13 years old. Drake's done a lot since then. He has got better, I think, as a rapper. Ed Sheeran, I'm not sure because I don't really care too much about Ed Sheeran's music, but don't want people hating on me for that. But okay, so how's this gone from RJ Payne to Drake and Ed Sheeran? How have we done this? Come on.
Don't know. So RJ
I've
Payne,
got a lot to dig into. So
it's a beautiful Payne 4. It is actually a beautiful album. It's really good.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called Beautiful Payne 4, and it's there are a lot of beats on here with no drums, so it's slipping through. It's slipping through into my,
First it was Craven and Evidence. With no beats, and you enjoying that?
Yeah, but this is
Breaking
Atoms. The difference is with Beautiful Payne, it's. I don't know. It's a beautiful album. It's really good.
Okay, what's it called?
Beautiful Payne 4. It's called Beautiful Payne 4, and it's there are a lot of beats on here with no drums, so it's slipping through. It's slipping through into my,
First it was Craven and Evidence. With no beats, and you enjoying that?
Yeah, but this is it's not, excuse me, it's not Lorem Ipsum rhymes. This is serious fucking rhymes about, you know, hang on, did I write down some lyrics? Because like I've got Naz stuff up because you can, you know, Google the lyrics and they're already written up, but RJ Payne, for whatever.
Yeah, no, it's a lot harder to find the underground ones, I suppose, yeah. Well, shall I move on to my first one then, whilst we're waiting for you to find some bars? Hang on, he says.
I'm the hardest to murder, you rotten bitches. Still, I worked at Target while flipping burgers and washing dishes. Zero talk, big burners, and lots of bitches. It's like all of it is like, yeah, some proper gangster shit. But then, like, I worked at Target and you know, like relatable.
Target chat, yeah.
Oh, what is it?
Okay.
I bought this mini Mac. It stretches as long as my arm sleeve. Clips so long, it's like I'm launching a palm tree.
That's good. That's actually quite good.
Yeah, that's from
launching a palm
So Hell's
tree.
Fury is another track that came out. Is this like posse track? There's loads of fucking different people on it. And
okay.
Yeah, and so basically he drops a verse after Royce, and like, you know, so Jambo,
Royce is on there.
Yeah, Jambo's recently talking about why don't you like Royce, and just
I love Royce. But
it's under.
Let's not veer down these thingies too much. We've got.
He's also, but he's not a disciplinarian with his lyrics. He like builds he has one hot line and then builds a mediocre verse around the hot line. Whereas RJ Payne is just like, I'm right. You can show it. There's a fucking million examples of it. But
I'm not having that. I think Royce is one of the few that crafts every fucking line. Every fucking line he thinks about.
No, he doesn't.
I think so.
All right, so
either way,
there's going to be Kendrick episode coming up.
a Royce one.
The Royce one.
Okay. All right, we'll go into it. My first one then. Again, we can't get away from 90s, can we? Even though you went to RJ Payne, I'm going to take it back to the 90s. DJ Muggs has fucking done it again. DJ Muggs and Rigz, Gold. I don't know if you've heard it, Ray. Have you heard this album?
I skipped through it. I'm not really feeling Muggs, but I fucking hell, I'm so negative. I'm not being like.
I know.
No, it's not
the
about
weird thing
being.
is,
it's not about being negative. It's about being only like I want the most beautiful stuff to listen to, and I find myself skipping through.
See,
Muggs
I think
production.
you may have touched that skip button with an itchy trigger finger, because this is one of the best boom bap. It's gone boom bap. Got fucking like heavily into that. I feel like what he's done here with Rigz, I don't know if people know. I think he was on Amongst Wolves with Ace and Eastwood last year. That I really like that project. And Rigz was on there. That's the only time I've ever heard of him. But they're from a team called The Cloth, who I don't know much about, granted. But Muggs is the thing that drew me to this, right? And fucking hell, right? I know Muggs goes off on different tangents now in his career and talk about renaissance. The man has just kept going. Like, he's one of them producers I do think we need to do an episode on, where you just really look at the roots of what Muggs has done from Cypress to Soul Assassins to where he is now, and so much stuff comes from
range.
it. Yeah, massive range, more than some goats, I would say, right? This time round, he's just thought, and I don't know what he's just thought, but the way it hits me, he just thought, you know what I'm going to fucking show this time round? My masterclass of sampling. I'm going to show people I can still sample with the best of them, right? And I'm not a digger in that, a beat head like that. Like, I don't know how to spot samples, so maybe it's not that. But he turns his hand into territory I've not seen him do like this, that's so unashamedly soulful as well. Like, the one thing I kept coming back into is this is him putting soul back into Soul Assassins. The title Soul Assassins, this track has so much of it. He's gone big into the soul crates. You know, he used to love his guitar samples with Cypress. There's a few of those as well. The fucking keys. One of the best balances of beats and rhymes on a Muggs project since last year's Rome Streets with Death and Magician. They killed that. Rome's on this album as well. And the sampling on this just seems to hit me harder than that album from jump. Obviously, we've only lived with these, for a month? Less than. So, taste can change. But there's bars on here that stick. Rigz, he is just your type. Like, he is very functional, knows exactly how to be direct, how to hit punchlines. There's one line that's always just been swirling around my head since, where he goes, "Why the fuck would you be sorry for being you?" Amidst all this crime rap, and although he does talk about other stuff like a bit more grounded in his life, he has stuff like that where I was like, yeah, why the fuck would you be sorry? There's an Idols track which reminded me of, like, you know, you shouldn't feel sorry for being yourself, you should be yourself. So although it's just one throwaway line, it just has, not a throwaway line, it's just one line, it has been going around my head. But I had a few tracks here, because I know that you will like this album, I feel, because Heads on the Wall, Muggs' boom bap on that. It's such an interesting choice for me, for him to go back there, to go, yeah, I'm going to go back there. And then on that track, the keys are killer, 24 carats, the fucking soul, as I've said, the soul is elevated in that. It's a really sad song with these hardened edges. And I just thought, even if he didn't do Rigz, a more direct type of gutter rapper, I would love to hear Navy Blue, Wiki, and Earl on that beat. And I know you don't feel them, but just for the other people in the chat, I'd love that. That would be amazing. And you know what I loved about Muggs, especially when we had him on? You know that he truly thinks through his production, and he's not doing anything lazy almost. To do that at this age, that's crazy. He's 50 on, I bet, right? 24 carats, it's a bit minimal, but there's this extremely subtle, right, vocal sample that he puts in there. It's almost not there, right? But once you notice it, you realise it's that beautiful little ripple in his beat making where he thought, you know what, that little thing, I'm going to put it there, and he's going to just sit there, and I'm going to put it back in again. And he's truly thought his things out. And I'm just like, fuck, this is amazing. And what's his first verse on that, where he says, this is the kind of fucking impact Rigz has. I don't know much about this guy, but nobody knows the streets more than the ones who are abused by it most. Stuff like that, he's getting to the heart. He's that Prodigy. It's like getting to the heart of the street rap. So yeah, I don't know what you think about Muggs and where he's gone recently before I move on, but yeah, I just love this album, and I want to speak on it a bit more as we go in the year, because I reckon it'll be one of those. Absolutely.
Homework this time. Homework this time next month.
Mate, I've got another bar for you here on what we got. Gunpowder on my sleeve is a different cologne. That's one of the hardest lyrics I've heard in ages. What cologne do you use? Just gunpowder. Just using gunpowder, mate. What the fuck? Like, the hard as nails shit. For eons we've been hearing it, yet someone can still turn a phrase that makes you say, fuck me, I'm going to rewind that shit. And fucking What We Got could be on Hell on Earth. But What We Got could be on Wu-Tang Forever. It could be on those things. So, yeah, absolutely lovely. And let me do a few more tracks if anybody else. Fool's Gold, man, when he says... His flow is good. Musically, I beat on your ends and I do it beautifully, smooth, but very brutally. Wow, your paradoxes of like, I'm going to kick the shit out of you, but do it beautifully. And you're like, what the fuck? And on that same line, on that same bars, he's saying stuff about, I'll scoop up Oompa Loompas, which is a reference I haven't really unpacked yet, but it's a thing that sticks out. And I think on there, you know, when me and you talked about Infamous and Prodigy's intro, where he says, fuck all that space shit, man, like all that, you know, and he was kind of talking about Outkast. Rigz actually references it on this track, and he says, feel what Prodigy said, fuck all that space shit. Wow, people still are saying this, which is ironic because Muggs kind of birthed and fathered a lot of the ethereal abstract rap that is around now, which you could probably call space shit. So it's quite ironic that he's doing it with him. I had to put that out there. And Where Your Soul At is like a fucking Ninth Wonder beat, and I know you do like some Ninth Wonder. Yeah. So it has all these elements, man. It has all these elements, stellar sampling, good bars, fucking... Yeah, I mean, you can imagine Jay-Z and Nas on Where Your Soul At, and that would be all time back in the 90s. You'd have been all over it. Supreme, What We Want In, Eastside Blues, got some guitars there, fucking unbelievable. Yeah, just a great project. And yeah, I've been feeling it, man.
Let's go to the chat,
Let's go to the chat. Sorry, we've been denying these guys. Let's have a quick look, see what people are saying. Okay. Osman, I think the Mac Homie and Fahim EP is great. Yes, that is from 2017. I have gone back to that to listen to it, and yeah, as always, I do really enjoy that. Earl Sweatshirt and the Muggs and Rigz are the big ones for me, says Jack. Yes, I have notes on Sick. Earl Sweatshirt is one of the projects I want to talk about. We will get into that. Osman, Code to the Friends Lyrics to Go 3. I've got that on my list. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm glad that you've brought that up. Although he's quite a Lorem Ipsum rapper, which I know Ray will love.
All right.
Jack, that Coda release is dope. The whole trilogy is amazing. And what else we got here? From the back end of last year, Jack, Curious Concrete, Jungle and Balance Cho are great. Yes, all of those. Absolutely. Nick Sheffield had the Rigz of Mugs on loop. Fucking thank you. I love our audience. I love our listeners. They know this shit. Speaking of throwback 90s acts, Osman says Arrested Development had an excellent album from last year. They did. I heard that, and I'm glad you brought that up, man. Not a lot of people talked about that. Not a lot of people. I think they were on B-Boy magazine cover. That's when I first said they were back. Jack Patillo also, whilst not perfect, Super Tecmo Bo hit more than Bo Jackson. I brought up Hot Water Tank in the last episode, a live show. So yeah, there you go. Ninja Rose here. Gold at number 1. AJ Suede and Televangel, Metatron's Cube. Ninja Rose, me and you are twinned. It's almost like we have the same placenta being birthed. That is one of the projects I will be talking about. Yes. Earl Sweatshirt SICK. That's your top 3 of my top 3. Fuck. 4. Shade Noir, Food for Thought. I've only heard half of it so far. Sounds good though.
Not listen to that.
Mussolini and Ninth Wonder, The Don I. Number 5. Track of the year so far is Shade Noir, Communion. That is a great track. Deep as fuck. You're absolutely right. Nick Sheffield, big call, but I like this. Muggs pushing top 5 producers ever list. Ray?
Just on the early Cypress Hill alone, frankly.
Just on that?
Yeah, just
play.
Just fucking listen to those albums. There's no skips on those albums. Just from Black Sunday and all of the early ones.
Oh, the debut, mate. Oof, Latin Lingo. Let's fucking go. What a track. What else we got here? Riggs lyric I like, says Nick. Iron always low like I'm anemic. Good. He has these simple things, and they do ring true. Ninja Rose, Mugs on the Mountain with Nas. Just from a producer standpoint, yeah you're gonna like it. Push that Nas agenda. Let's go. Crazy to think Alchemist was his understudy. Yeah, this is what I mean. Birthing and sunning a lot of fucking, fathering a lot of this shit. Nick Sheffield, yeah, definitely on the mountain. Absolutely. We need a Mugs episode. And Ray, I have a long ass Mugs Spotify playlist if you don't have one.
Yeah, I don't have one,
Nick,
so I would like that. Yeah.
Drop that. Yeah, absolutely. Have you got another project for me there then, Ray? That
also beware, you'll be judged on this playlist.
Yeah, Ray is very judgmental. I don't know if anyone knew this, but so Ray, what have you got? What else have you got? Anything you feeling songs wise? Like any songs you've been liking? Anything you're spinning? You talked about Breaking Atoms last time round, didn't you?
Yeah, Breaking Atoms. I think I already said Motorola era, AZ and 2 Chainz. It's such a, you can just put it on repeat. It's such a fucking funky beat. It's amazing. Bam Bam Bigelow by Annoyed. You heard that?
No, but it's called Bam Bam Bigelow, so I'm already in.
It's just
fucking man had the best head tattoo ever, bro. Come on, Bam Bam fucking Bigelow.
It's such a you got to check it anyway. It's such a really satisfying. It's the beat and the lyrics, all of it is just, it really pulls it off. And then Homeboy. Did I say Homeboy Sound? Keep that same energy. He got something
new out, didn't he? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, keep that same energy, which is it's very Homeboy. It's very Homeboy. It's just
it's very Homeboy Sound.
Him doing it's. Yeah, so I've just
fuck the COVID protocols. Fuck the COVID protocols. But that's his thing. Yeah, but mate, I do like checking out Homeboy Sandman's newest work, so I shall check that out.
But yeah, like I said, also so there's a track Hell's Fury. I'm not sure what it's from. I've just put it on my playlist. Though. But that's the one. It's got RJ Payne, Royce, and a whole bunch of other people. But
it's a posse cut.
Posse cut, yeah. It's
Oh, I'm here for a posse cut. Here for a posse cut, Ray. Okay, I'm going to get these listening. I'm going to listen to some of these. I'm going to go into, I got 2 more projects I want to talk about for 2022. Sorry, this is running a little long, but let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. So you haven't heard these. So Ray, you're probably just going to sit there and react to stuff you've not heard. Maybe next time what I'll do is I'll send it to you, then you can have your opinion. But this is the thing, right?
You probably be helpful warning if you. Oh, by the way, I've done 16 pages of notes on Muggs' new release. Well, what the fuck? All right then.
Yeah, true. It has been a bit of a mad, but we've got a great Ghostface episode. I've been trying to work on that. That's coming out before the end of the month for the Patreon users. And if you're not on Patreon, patreon.com/Cray808. Man, the Pretty Tony album might be our best Wu-Tang chronicle. Yeah. And we did some great ones. Supreme Clientele with Dean Van Nguyen, oh man, Bulletproof Wallets was great. So yes, I Pretty Tony coming soon before the end of the month. Let's get into it then, right? I've got two more here. I could go into Earl Sweatshirt. I'm going to say that for last because a lot of people have already spoke about Earl Sweatshirt's last project that's just come out, Sick. I'm going to go into one that's not been mentioned so much, Metatron's Cube, right? By AJ Suede and Televangel. I've not heard of these guys. Again, a bit like Rigz. I've not heard of them. This album may be, and I know it's ridiculous, I've only had it for less than a month, but if you were putting a gun to my head now and saying, what's your contender for album of the year? This is probably going to be in the conversation. Some drastic, incredible shit would have to happen this year for me not to even have this in my 10 at the end of the year. It's only the first month.
Hey, Ross could bring out another one easily.
Chomp 3 could derail me. It could. But this album is that good though, right? If people haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's on Bandcamp, $15 for a CD. Go back them. They're working like, I added them on Twitter saying some of this stuff is amazing, and they were so nice. Like, they just seem like nice people. I know I've already had a few Twitter exchanges, but they seem very, very fucking good at what they do as well. The artwork on this is sick. We talked about the artwork on the other stuff. The gold artwork's pretty cool as well for mugs, but this one, right, is straight from the school of Pray for Paris, West Side Gun. Like, it's just fucking sick. I love that. But let's get into it, right? They have so many different. It's such a contrasting.
Have you
album.
said the name of it yet?
One thing, yes. Metatron's Cube.
Metatron's
Cube.
Okay. Well,
yes.
I feel like you
AJ
should say
Suede,
it a couple of
Televangel.
times.
Yes, yeah. If I'll put the links in the description as well. But this, man, I tell you, it's got so many different types of music on it, but all kind of coheres the same like feeling. And it's not a short album either, which is hard to do. So I thought better to do is just go into a few of these tracks, and then you get a bit of flavour of what I'm talking about, right? But Vox Machina has one of the grimiest beats I've heard in a long time, right? And the way this guy AJ Suede rhymes makes me think he might be the bridge for you. Laura Beps rappers and straightforward rappers. I think, Ray, this is a guy that you might like because he has elements of both. He has these lines that stick in your head and are a little bit more abstract, but he also has, yes, that's the one, Ray, at the top.
There's a few different
Vox Machina.
tubes. Yeah.
Oh, is there a few? Okay.
Well,
I don't know what it's referring to, but when he goes into his first line is so pertinent. When I have Alexa learning the sound of my child's voice in the kitchen, his rhyme is talking to machines and they talk right back to you. Blood-sucking parasites, not like Dracula. And then he goes into his own thing. And I was like, yeah, oh my God, we do talk to machines. They talk right back to you. Blood-sucking parasites, not. And yeah, the paranoia was real from jump, right, when I heard this. But it's not just about that. There's so many other things he talks about. Wake the Wind, right? It starts off like a quartet song, almost, and then goes into this amazing beat where this guy he definitely crafts opening lines, because his opening line on this is, I wake wind, crossover, then I break your shin. If we don't make it out, we breaking in. And I was trying to break that down. I was like, I wake wind, crossover, and I break your shin. Like crossover basketball breaking your shin? Like, what does that mean? And then if we don't make it out, we breaking in. And I was like, shit. Like, it's almost like, that's odd. It's an odd paradox of rhymes to put together. Like,
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. Did you get the cassette or the Digipack CD?
I'm going to get the CD. I haven't bought. I'm going to wait for Bandcamp Friday. I'm going to do it on that. Get the CD. It's on Spotify though, so I've got it on Spotify on there. It's all on the Cray 808's playlist as well. So go
I'm
check out
more stuff on Bandcamp
playlist
now because it's like it's away from Spotify. It's away from. Do you know what I mean? It's like more curated because you're in a whole different place, kind of thing.
Exactly. And once you like one thing, it's a nice rabbit holes as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he has these confusing lyrics, but I like untangling confusing lyrics, as I said to you before, as long as they're worth it. They are deep. He talks on that Wake the Wind about not fitting in, just being a person who just can't fit in, about gentrification, about saying healthy, being a healthy person, about ego and expectation, and then about chopped garlic on his chips and LSD. Like, it's really weird. He's put so much into it. It unravels lyric after lyric, and you can't keep up with it. And that's the thing. And it keeps you reeling from each line, which makes you go back. And that's why it's very rewindable. So I did say, I think he's the bridge from Rat Ferreira and Navy Blue to like Ransom for You. I think maybe that's what I think anyway. And he says something like, it always backfires when you try to change time. And I just thought this man definitely has watched The Terminator and Back to the Future, because it does always backfire when you try to change time. There's always some shit goes wrong. So stop doing it. So yeah, absolutely. There's other lines on Terror, great track. You're better off trying to stare down Gary Busey.
Yeah, but Back to the Future, they did end up fixing their timeline. So let's not forget.
Yeah, but there was always an error. The first one had an error that led to the sequel, and the sequel had an error that led to the third one. So although I can't remember how the third one ends in the West.
It's so crazy they went to the Wild West, didn't they? Of all things they could have done, it's like...
they went old Hollywood.
Let's just go
old Hollywood.
Let's go old Hollywood Wild West, because, you know...
Yeah. Why not? Well, let's just do old style. It is a weird one, but people love Westerns, mate. They do. Terror, right? You're better off trying to stare down Gary Busey is a line I've been thinking, because I watched Point Break the other day. And I just thought... yeah, no one fucking needs that. No one needs to have a stare down with Gary Busey because he's very intense. So Gary Busey lines, there you go. Just a winter time track, that is Terror. 3 hours late. That could be one of my songs of the year already, because it's up there already, because it's weird. It's like they've listened to James Blake and put it into this underground hip hop and had this really sad sample of like, please love me. This line says, please love me throughout it. And the last verse is amazing. I don't hear these people. I don't know who does the last verse. There's a guy called Seshi. I've never heard of him. And Hemlock Ernst, who if anyone knows these guys, please hit them down in our comments. I'd love to know more about them. But another reason this might be one of the albums of the year, right? You know Mr. Motherfucking Esquire, right? You know Mr. Motherfucking Esquire from... he's done quite a few viral tracks. I think he's got lines. He's very much a Ray rapper, but I love him. He's fucking funny.
I got a lot of homework. For
yeah, Mr. Motherfucking... You'll love Mr. Motherfucking Esquire, I think, right? Respect the Architect. Again, grimy as fuck. Sinister, this track. Coming off of something that's a love song. And... in the middle, it becomes really sci-fi and they go full on Doctor Who. It's like, I love this song. Respect the Architect, right? And Mr. Motherfucking Esquire, right, has already dropped a verse of the year contender just because it's so fucking funny. I actually thought, has he got this wrong? Like, is this supposed to be, you know, you're kind of thinking, it reminded me of when M would do some break the mold shit. And he's rhyming normally, and then he rhymes a line that goes on and on and on and doesn't rhyme. It's just him venting about, I will email every single Spotify listener you have and give them a virus. This is the line. This is how it goes, right? And it's really battle rappy. So just imagine it if you haven't heard it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. If people haven't heard this album, go listen just for this. Fuck every listener you had on Spotify Wrapped. If it was 1.5 million ends, I will literally fucking email every one of them individually, buy themselves a virus and make sure they computer breakdown so they never listen to that bullshit you record because I fuck with your shit, but I fuck with me more, right? I could go to my crib. I'd rather run up to yours, like put the remote control down, everyone on the floor. Oh, is that your sister right there? I think I fucked her before. What? Like... that he says it so matter-of-factly, it makes you stop. I'm not even sure if they cut the beat, but something happens where you're like, why are you talking about this?
I'm in.
What? Yeah. So this is what I'm saying, bro. And Premrock's on there. Premrock's bringing his just...
We still talking about Metatron's Cube?
Yes, we are. This is how good this project is, right? I'm not joking. He's got sleigh bells on this, Ray. Watch Out has got sleigh bells on there. And Just listen to how this cut breaks down as it ends. The fucking roots of Madlib are in there. It's one of my most rewindable moments on the whole fucking album. Master Shaker is another one, just opulent beauty. What is another fucking thing that it says here? Here we go. I've just put just beautiful. Some of these tracks. But 5 times 10 is amazing. Rubies is one of the best beat switches, and you know I love a beat switch. This is going on the playlist. That beat switch is fucking sick. And I actually said that on Twitter, and if anyone wants a little Easter egg, they did actually say on there, they messaged me back on Twitter saying, yeah, we had 2 or 3 beats and couldn't think which one works for Rubies, so we just kind of amalgamated them and made this. And the lyrics are on fucking point, where he says... I can't remember exactly what he says, but he says he's chilling with the looters and polluters whilst he's having a go at armchair activists in front of their computers. And you're like, yeah, he don't give a shit about woke culture and fucking looters and like he's with the looters who you guys have a go at, you know, because they're looting. But I'm also with the polluters, and you guys and the climate change thing. Although, you know, it's just a funny way to fucking twist it around. And yeah, I'm not sure if I talked about that for too long, but I could keep going. But
you did.
I'm sorry,
on the
Ray.
chat. Everyone's gone home. Did you?
Everyone's gone home.
Not?
Let's
the chat.
Let's dive in before I get back to Earl Sweatshirt quickly. So that's a quick one. Let's have a look. Ninja Rose separated at birth, mate. It does feel like that sometimes. And that chat was probably for you. Nick Sheffield will share my playlist, yes, and we'll be disappointed if there wasn't any judgment from Ray. They know you so well. Ninja Rose, you bring these out. Is Muggs on the Mount Rushmore of producers, of hip hop producers or producers? On producers, I think we're gonna have to take a break on that one. On
hip hop producers, what the fuck else were we talking about?
But just you know, Quincy, you know, deserves a mention. Prince deserves a mention. But I do think Muggs on the Mount Rushmore. I'd like to hear the argument against. it, looking back on it now. If you really are looking at Rock Marciano type shit and Arm & Hammer type of shit, and I'm not saying like they're directly influenced,
so
but there is influence.
RZA Primo, is Muggs
RZA Primo,
Dre, obviously.
Prince, Dre, Prince Paul, Prince Paul's amazing. Q-Tip, Pete Rock.
Oh, yeah,
these are the conversations you've got to have. Pete Rock,
RZA Primo, Dre, Pete Rock.
There's a conversation for Kanye. If you're just talking production, he created a whole new style, like twice. You know, so there's that argument. Jay Dilla's in there. Madlib's in there. Alchemist is in there. I don't know. We can't have this conversation.
What are you talking about?
He's in the
top 5
conversation.
90s producers. No, he's not.
Oh, 90s producers. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not. I was just about to say
Jay Dilla's number 5. That's it. It's done.
I was thinking Far Side, fucking Soulquarians, all that shit. Yeah. So maybe not. But that's an episode on its own. Ray, ready with this? Ray, can we expect a self-titles album anytime soon? And that's a Demigods reference.
Yeah, I think Apathy's had a couple of. He's been dropping stuff recently, but
okay,
self-titled. If that's where the energy is. Let's go. I'm here for it. When is he on the pod?
I don't know. Tried, man. What, self-titled or Apathy? Both.
Tried. Either or.
Tried. Trust me, we want to do this. Patreon,
Apathy. He would fucking argue with you and put you in your.
Yeah.
Spot.
Oh, I've seen him on Clubhouse. Don't worry. When Clubhouse was alive, he used to be on there.
Oh, really? What was he argumentative or?
No, it was kind of cool. He had his own little like gang, and it was funny. To be fair, it was quite funny. Let's have a look here. Ninja Rose, Metatron's Cube is ridiculous. Lots of exclamation.
Popular.
Not anymore, mate. NFTs only. I was out for a walk and had to stop with a screw face multiple times, looking like Conway the Machine out here. So dope. Fucking hell. The Conway the Machine reference. Osman Hemlock Ernst is down with Kenny Siegel. And they had an album out in 2019. I did not know that. Oh, okay. That's dope. I've been on Rigz for about 2 years, says Ninja's Rose. Check out the track Poisonous he done with Ransom and Mooch. Okay. He will play it over and over and over. Nick Sheffield from me, RZA, Primo, Dre, and then it gets difficult. You're right. Madlib, Dilla, Havoc. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is a question we can go on forever. You're right. Everyone's in the chat doing it now. Now, if you want to join into the Patreon, you can get involved. So, last one then, but certainly not least, Earl Sweatshirt drops a new release. Sick. Ray, I'm guessing you've not heard this because you're not into Earl Sweatshirt.
I'll put it on my list. It's fine. I've got homework.
Okay, so you've not heard it? You've not heard it?
We're talking albums released this year, and it's January, so I've got the whole year to listen to it. All right,
yeah. True. But this is what I'm saying. January's had some great stuff. Sick is, for me, very good. It's really good. It's probably one of the most rewindable Earl projects in a long time, and I'd say that being a fan of the other stuff, but Doris is hard to listen to. I'm Not Gonna Leave My Room, fucking rap songs. They're all amazingly, like, they have so much substance to them, but this is just still packed with a lot of emotion, a lot of substance, but in 25 minutes. And it's that, I think it was Cinema Side, big up, Dylan Green, who's been on the pod. He summed it up perfectly in his Pitchfork review, where he says, Earl used to make you sift through the mud to find the gold. On Sick, the nuggets are gleaming right on the surface. I think that sums it up absolutely perfectly. And I suppose when you get someone like Young Guru to come in and do a mixing job to clean it up, this is what happens at the end of it. And he's got accessibility on it, but he doesn't sacrifice the gravitas and weight of what he's saying, and he just repackages it, puts it all together, remolds it, and it becomes just another string to his bow. And I feel like, yeah, I want to hear that from Earl. And I think there's lots of Easter eggs in this, like Old Friend, Alchemist Beat. Yes, he's got his brag rap and he's combining it with trauma and pain, but the way he does it with the densest ways ever, as he always does, it's called Old Friend, OF, Odd Future, and he's thought this stuff through. Although there aren't really any Odd Future references, but it does make you think about where is he with Tyler right now. Don't really ever see them talking. Where is he with Frank Ocean? All the other guys from, Odd Future. So to name this Old Friend Odd Future reference was quite intriguing. Black Noise as a producer all over this. 2010 is just energetic shit, just relatable. And there was a lot, like, looking back on his errors and not wanting to look back on his errors because they're too painful. That's all kind of really stuff that, echoes with me as we've talked about in 2021. But Raymond, this is the bar I'm saying for you. He even has bars for the likes of you. 5 O's on me like the Olympics.
Oh, God. Hang on. I need a minute.
See?
Oh, fucking hell.
This is the...
Yeah.
This is the gems on the surface, as Cinema Sai said.
Yeah.
These are the gems on the surface.
This is
yeah.
good. Yeah, this is...
He stood up. Yeah. Ray left, stood up for an
That's
Earl
good.
Sweatshirt lyric. My work here
5
is
O's
done.
on me.
Like Olympics.
Like the Olympics.
It's so simple, yet so creative.
Yeah.
And this is... Yeah. And I reckon he could do that. He could do that forever. But he does what you hate, which is the abstract, conscious, thinking. But then when he comes in with a brag rap, it's like, oh shit!
Abstract conscious thinking.
No, not conscious thinking. Conscious stream of thought consciousness rap. That kind of. It's not, mind you, Wu were doing that on Wu-Tang Forever. RZA had them. They had themselves doing that, but there's a lot of stream of consciousness rap. But that's what he does.
So wait, that's Earl.
That's Earl. That's on 2010.
Right.
Very energetic track, and yeah, that line was amazing. I need to go into. There's a lot we could talk about this album, but there's one real standout track that I need to talk about, and it was the single, or the one they released earlier, Tabula Rasa, right, featuring Arm & Hammer, Lucid and Black Billy Woods. And we've talked about them at length all through 2021, but they may have dropped features of the year already with one of the best Earl verses I've heard in ages, because it's that fucking ridiculous. Lucid on here is a maniac and funny when he says stuff like, deep shit on this, truth with a stash pocket for a lie. And I was like, truth, but I'm stashing a pocket for a lie. The document is alive, I speak life. And I was like, he's speaking about deep shit, but truth with a stash pocket for a lie is one of the most human things I could think of someone saying. It really got me going. But from there, he then goes to straight up brag rap where he says, listen, let's not conflate. I give what I take. It's the hunt. There is the chase. Some talk like they never got punched in the face. And then he sings, you can see clearly now. When he says you can get punched in the face. And that just really, really got me giggling on my walk. Because I was like, that is just a great turn of phrase. And Woods on here, fucking hell, Billy Woods, chatting about being Kofi Annan in the booth. I'm Kofi Annan in the booth. That's just hard. That's just fucking hardcore. Yeah, you fucking are the UN representative for whatever, General Secretary. Yes, you are. And the way he says these lines, right? Give my enemies the good news that I'm dead, right? But he, right. Bury me in a borrowed suit. Give my babies my rhyme books, but tell them do you. Fucking great. Here's my rhyme books. Learn, but do you. Give my enemies the good news. Time flew. We was probably brothers back then like TRU, right? Right. Let me start here, right? Give my enemies the good news, time flew. He's buried in a suit, right? So he's dead. Enemies, yeah, good news, I'm dead. But guess what, man? Fuck, my life was great and it flew by. And that's kind of a hard diss. It's kind of like quite hard. And then we were probably brothers back like TRU is the Master P fucking reference. I was like, TRU is true. Isn't that Silk the Shocker C Murder and Master P? Because I have the CD and I went and I thought, oh shit, Billy Woods has made me dig back for a No Limit CD. Come on, man. So yeah, and then he says really simple lines that don't really they're just normal. Like, this is his life, and he talks about and just gives me that insight.
How the fuck do you have time to fucking analyze Billy Woods' fucking lyrics in so much fucking detail?
Mate, I've not even got to the Earl bar yet. I haven't got to the. I don't know how I have this, but listen to this, right? I just think anytime you can give me an imagery of you just. I made chicken late night in my boxers, burning up the kitchen. She passed out right when I was done fixing. I watched reruns in the dark, fingers and lips glistening. And that was like, he's making chicken late. He's got his boxers on. His missus has gone to bed and he's ended up fixing it. Oh, she's gone to bed. I just watch reruns and just have chicken all over my hands, chicken grease all over my hands, fingers and lips glistening. It doesn't mean anything, but it just gives me that imagery of, fuck, Billy was just doing this late at night. And just like, yeah, I'm going to write that rhyme. But I'm sorry to dive in, but I'm going to have to because Earl.
You mean you haven't dived in?
I'm sorry. If people hate this, don't sub to the Patreon. If you do like this, sub to the Patreon because there'll be more of it. But Earl has the density of a neutron fucking star here, right? Listen to this shit. I'm not even going to go into the tracks. The other tracks are great, but listen to this. You only trash if you trash. I keep it simple and dynamic. I was like, wow, that's pretty dope because, yeah, like you're only trash if you think you're trash. Self-hate, obviously. Trust the passage writes to life's chapters. I have to write to find balance. That's deep. This game of telephone massive. I do what I have to with the fragments. Think about this, right? Where do you even start with this shit? Trust the passage right to life chapters. Trust the passage right to life chapters. That is a set that I try to think about this and I thought life chapters, the rites of passage, if you trust those, it's a sense of acceptance from Earl. I've not heard from him in so long, including Doris staying at home, having to go at his mum, being mentally unwell. Now he's at a point of acceptance of, I can just trust that the rites of passage are going to be my life's chapters. It's amazing. And then, do you remember the game Telephone, Ray? Do you remember that when we were kids?
Telephone?
Yeah.
No.
I remember this, and it was also called Chinese Whispers, whispering something into telephone.
Chinese Whispers, yeah, I heard of that. I haven't heard it.
So I remember, I've not heard that name, telephone, in ages. I thought, shit. So he's talking about Chinese Whispers, and his next line is, right, this game of telephone massive. So what he's saying is this is a global game of telephone. I do what I have to with the fragments. And I just thought, right, he does what he has to do with the fragments of information he's been given in these power structures we live in, right? He's been given and he can only do what he can do with it. And then he hits home with, in this age of Boris Johnson nonsense, the calcium on my teeth fade, streets ablaze with the anger and complacency and deceit create. that is what we're having to do with politics right now. So he's going off into these fucking realms where there's just fucking imagery, talking about COVID, talking about politics, power fucking structures. It's like an Adam Curtis documentary, man. So yeah, they're just amazing. Just some real big moments, but we need more time to unravel it. I have got more notes, but I feel like I'm going on and on and on.
Yeah, you are fucking
I need to stop.
Oh, God. Are we talking about Earl or Billy Woods, or which one was that?
We talk about Nas. You've had about 3 album reviews in one live show, people. So boom, there you go. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
No, it's fine. Basically, we'll come back in a month's time, and either I'm going to be having a go at you for like all that stuff you went into was just
which
fucking
you will.
Just you're finding meaning in things that wasn't there, or we'll come back in a month and be like, oh shit, Cam was right. Fucking drop some knowledge on us. I don't feel
either way. I've got you standing up applauding at least one Earl lyric, and that's my work done. That is my work done.
But the point is that, excuse me, what got the stand up and applause was the sick pun, the fucking oh shit moment, and then well, whatever. The homework has to be done, and we'll see if it's also worth paying attention to the,
other stuff,
all the other stuff that I feel like you're finding meaning within meaning. That's
okay. Maybe. Well, let's go to the comments. Let's see what they're saying to
Billy
it.
Woods and Lucid is all like, oh God, they
amazing.
mean this and they mean that. You don't know what they fucking mean.
I don't know what they mean. I'm saying this is what they mean to me. Oh, mate, there's no way I could ever think what Billy Woods is meaning. Fuck me. He has raveled layers and layers and layers. I think they hate people doing this, by the way. I think they actually hate people doing this. So I've done what they hate, but it's what it means to me. And that's what I get from it. Let's see what people are saying, right? Ninja Rose says Al is definitely in the conversation for the Rushmore. Ninja Rose also here. I need to hear Sick more. I think Earl is kind of flexing on it with a different production. True, a lot more energetic. Not sure if I feel it less or feel if it is little less focused. Fair play. That bar is one of the best bars of the year. 5-0 bar is tough as nails. That 5-0 bar is sick. Are we getting a new Elucid solo full length and a Woods and Preservation record this year? Yes, we are. Oh, sorry, Jackie's saying we are getting that. Yeah, I saw Billy Woods tweet that. Mate, Billy Woods and Preservation, that could be amazing. And Elucid is always going to be one to watch. And yes, Osmond, Elucid and Von P record is one of the most frustrating things I've heard. It's so good, but the songs are barely a minute long. But I love that record. It came out last year. I talked briefly on it. Ninja Rose, I love how much of a geek you are, Cam. Pissing myself. Jack and Nick are also here for it. So, okay, there you go. At least some people are. Other people have logged off, and I'm guessing we'll have a few deleted Patreon pledges by the time this ends. But I'm sorry, it's January 2021. I had to bring the energy, and it's gone on to 2 hours. I'm really sorry, man. But I hope you enjoyed this. I do. And I love just sitting here geeking out with you guys. It gets me away from real life, and I'm glad I have this space. It's a bit like therapy, isn't it? It's a bit like therapy.
Who was it? See, on the opposite end of therapy, who is it that says the line about being punched in the face?
That was Elucid.
Elucid, yeah.
I can see clearly. You can see clearly. Yeah.
You been punched in the face?
Yes, I have. Yes,
I think I can think of a couple of occasions. What was the occasion? What was the occasion you're thinking of?
A school fight. Mainly been punched in school fights. I tend to talk my way out of things. If it gets naughty, grab a weapon.
I was already thinking I won't bring this up because obviously the time I was hit in the face was.
Yeah. Oh yes, there was a time, and I backed you up there, Ray. Let's say that for another time. I don't want that image. I don't need that story today. I don't think. But yeah, there was that
cliffhanger.
Yeah. Cliffhanger, yes, exactly. That'll be that. Yeah, you have to pledge a lot for the Patreon for that story. But there we go. Thank you, everyone, for joining the 808th Chamber. If you're listening to this on the podcast, please subscribe, please like, all that good stuff. Tell your friends. Join the Patreon. Join these chats, man, if you enjoy them. £3.60 a month, that's all it is to join these little chats once a month. And you know what? I kind of want to do more. I kind of enjoy these. But Ray, before we go, last great piece of music you heard, could be old, could be new. What is it?
What is yours?
Burial's Anti-Dawn EP is probably... I don't know how to put it into words. Times I've got so into it. It's like he's made memories in music. I'm not high. But it feels like, how have you done this? It's fucking ethereal. It's sprawling and just I haven't even got words for it. I don't even know how to do a review to it. It's pretty much hitting me everywhere. I think it's one of his best things he's ever done. So yeah, and the vinyl is on the way. So that's mine, mate. Burial, Anti-Dawn. What have you got? Old or new?
Yeah, after listening to Slaughterhouse, Son of Yvonne. Just such
again
a
and again.
Such a wicked album.
Again? This is the perfect time for it. Again? Again and again. That's what you're supposed to do.
Again and again.
Again and again. So it's there. Set it up.
Yeah, it's
it's great. Master Race and Doom. What more do you need? Well, there you go. Big yourselves up, everyone, for jumping on this chat. People, thank you, Ninja Rose. This is therapy for real. It really is. It does feel like that. Yes, so everyone, big yourselves up. If you do want to do the YouTube chat, but we don't even make it Patreon, we maybe do one chat a month where it's just like everyone's live and we just get everyone involved. That might be quite good fun, actually, on YouTube. So either way, big yourselves up. Let us know what you're feeling in 2022, and we'll try to get to it and maybe speak on it in the next 8-8 chamber. Ninja Rose, that was dope as fuck, guys. Honestly, top tier. Oh, thank you.
Cheers, man.
P.S. I have a little caveat. I've been punched in the face thousands of times. 13 years of kickboxing will do that. Hence the lack of brain cells. Oh, I'm so sorry. So there you go. That lucid line might hit you a bit harder. But yes, peace out, and we shall catch you soon.
Yeah, big up,
Boom.
everyone. Cheers. Nice one. See you later.
Boom.